So what I was telling you is that this tree has a symbiotic relationship with the whole ground, with the microorganisms, and mushrooms feed your brain and their nervous system for the ground as well. So if you come this way, and I talk about a symbiotic relationship, these are blackberries. So the roots are connected to the tree, and then when the mushrooms come in the nervous system, this might be low on nitrogen or potassium or calcium, while the tree holds most of the nutrients because the roots are the longest. So when I say that the mushroom's a nervous system, it'll communicate between the tree and the blackberry. So it'll feed it the calcium.
Okay.
Is that cool? Or what?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. So I'll give you a little tour of the yard real quick. Right here we have dahlias, daylilies, and then some tulips. And when they're compacted like that, every year I take some out and then I spread them throughout the yard.
Okay.
I was kind of tired of always buying plants. I was spending $80 on just filling up two big old pots.
Uh-huh.
So now I try to buy things that are spreading and then things that'll come back every year. So I'm not wasting my money.
Gotcha. So these will come back every season?
Every season, and they'll spread.
Oh, nice.
So this is some native grass right here, and this also spreads, and it just grows back every year. And here's those dahlias that I was talking about, and they'll be purple, and they'll come back this year.
Oh.
And then these are the lilies that we're spreading, and then strawberries are real big spreaders.
Oh, you have strawberries?
Yeah, and I started this with this plant right here, and now as you can see, it's coming all the way up. And then I had put one up there, and it kind of spread it out too. So, and I put this wood chip down in the winter. You can
Okay.
step on it, and everything will come back up.
Oh, gosh.
And then see, there's more strawberries, more dahlias, and more lilies.
When will the strawberries bloom or
So
start to
there's late
produce?
bloomers,
Okay.
and then there's early bloomers, and they're just like your potatoes as well. They do the same type of deal. So the early bloomers will do the spring, and the late bloomers are in the fall.
Oh, nice.
Right here we have a honeysuckle which spreads. There we have cats, so here's some catnip for them.
Oh, nice.
And the neighbors' cats enjoy it as well. Garlic is preventive towards bad insects.
Okay.
So the good insects will come and live in this area, and that'll chase away the bad insects. Some more lilies, elephant ear. This is called ocha. This is a native plant that our family has raised through. I'm 11th generation in Colorado.
Okay.
So we've been carrying this plant, and it's not a new plant or anything. I mean, people have been eating this for years.
Oh, you eat it?
Yeah, it's in the celery family, and what it's actually good for, all herbs have like a medicinal use. So what it's good for is breathing.
Oh.
So you can make a tea out of the root, and the bears use it for an aphrodisiac.
Oh, interesting.
And I put mint on the border because some people have more care for their dogs than others, and the dogs look for a smell.
Mm-hmm.
So with mint being there, they don't want to defecate in this area.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of chases them away. So we use plants as protection from bad insects, bad players in the world.
Yeah, it's like your plants are taking care of other plants.
Yeah. And I try to be a permaculturalist. So being a permaculturalist, you want a permanent culture. So we try to use things to take care of each other in a symbiotic relationship.
Very cool, yeah.
And we have an elephant ear right here. And snapdragons will be popping up here pretty soon.
Okay.
And that osha always spreads as well. We got some more daylily, some more osha. I don't know what this plant is, but it has like, it's really soft. And I heard a story when COVID was around that they would use this for toilet paper.
Oh, really?
Feel that?
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, wait. It's way softer than I was expecting.
Yeah. So right here is sage, and we use sage to bless the house and to bless us. on many of our journeys and stuff. So it spreads as well, and we like to spread it out. More mint, we try to do a border of it. This tree right here has these little bean pods,
Oh yeah.
and they're full of seeds. And that's where this guy came from. He was over there. We transplanted him over here. And when that symbiotic relationship again, so we try to put strawberries underneath
Okay.
to connect to the roots and to help everything out underneath with the microorganisms.
Will the strawberries grow better if they're connected to a root system like that?
Yeah, so it's better for protection against diseases and stuff like that. And you know, when plants are more sharing, so whenever we all share, we live in a better relationship with each other and
Yeah.
with the world, and we make our environment better. And that's pretty much what the plants do.
That is very cool.
So this is like there's like a cross right there, so it tells me my boundary. My neighbors are really nice and they're cool, and they're like, hey, just do whatever you want in this area. But I still try to keep a little boundary. So once again, I put the wood chips down. But we have marigolds that grow in a line right here.
Oh,
So
nice.
if you come this way, all this will be marigolds here in a couple of videos in the future. Once again, we're spreading strawberries like crazy. And this is comfrey. And what comfrey does, this plant right here is called comfrey. And this is a nitrogen fixer. And this fixes the nitrogen in the soil for the microorganisms. We're always trying to build that soil, build up our environment, because a plant doesn't have good growth in a bad environment.
Yeah.
So a lot of things that I have learned in the last 5 years just from learning all this is our relationship with the world and stuff like that, and what plants have been teaching me to teach other people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So also we make a compost tea with this, and this has a lot of nitrogen, so when we're feeding our plants, we can just spread it wherever we want.
Yeah, you put it right back into the earth.
And then we'll go this way. The chickens love this. This is also free chicken feed. So I'm getting about 4 eggs a day out of 5 chickens. So in 3 days I have a dozen of eggs.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it looks like I killed them. So the frost might have killed these dudes last night, but we do what we do. These ladies are over here hiding. Chick, chick, chick.
Oh my gosh.
And they love the free food. Maybe not. What about this one?
Oh my gosh, they're huge.
Yeah. Susie Q is over there posing. This is Aaliyah, Anastasia, Aries, and that one is Marianne. And she's a Jersey giant.
Yeah, Marianne's huge.
She can lay some pretty big eggs as well.
Yeah.
So the greenhouse got destroyed, and we're redirecting everything now. We had everything going this way, and we just let the chickens run throughout the yard. But it's hard to grow things with the chickens because they destroy everything. So this year we're gonna box them in. We're gonna put this gate up, and then they're gonna live in here. And then we have koi in the pond with them. And what we want to start in here is some more koi inside of the greenhouse, and we're going to try to heat it, and we're going to try to raise it up.
Oh, nice.
That's the general idea. So if you want to come this way real quick. I don't think you're supposed to mix the corn because you can cross-pollinate.
Okay.
But, you know, I'm still learning everything, and I just kind of do whatever I feel.
Okay.
I have blue corn on the first row. I have yellow corn on the second row. And I have red corn on the last row.
Okay.
And this is hoppy blue corn. So this is not an ornamental blue corn, which if you go to a lot of the stores, you can't find this type of corn. And then I had some hoppy green corn, but I don't have any seeds right now for those.
Okay.
But that is another color as well.
So when were these planted?
I planted these yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And what I'm doing with the plastic on there is that it's heating the ground the day before, and then I soak the kernels, so they stay moist. And then I wetted the ground yesterday, and then I made little hills, and then I planted the corn, and then I recovered it, so then that way the germination will happen faster with the heat. It's like a
Gotcha.
little mini greenhouse.
Yeah.
Till I see them sprouting. This is some biocompost that I bought. We make our own compost. The chickens in there make some pretty good compost. I have a little compost bin over there as well. And let's go this way. The chickens had killed the grass, but since I had them locked up, you can see little sprouts already coming back again. But they'll sit there and they'll eat it, and then they'll scratch at the ground and they pull it up by root. So right here, there's little sprouts of green. That's spinach,
Oh, cool.
and that's coming up right here. I got more strawberries that I spread it. There's garlic in there for that protection again. And then over there, I got radishes growing.
Nice.
And then I got kale on this bottom end. And then we're gonna add some more of that biocompost. It's just time, money, and more dirt. More compost. And over here I got little sprouts as well. This was, when you're always gardening, you're always evolving, you're always growing, you're always learning. This was the first greenhouse, and it got destroyed. And neighbor cut down all these trees, so we utilize these, and we have a grapevine. So what I want to do is have the grapevine go all the way around, and then we want to build a dome.
That would be awesome.
So little by little, things are growing. Right here we got these little sprouts coming, and these are collards.
What is collards?
Collards is greens.
Oh, collard greens.
Collard
Yeah,
greens.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
A lot of leafy greens happening.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I even have some mustards that come back every year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm hoping when you disturb the ground like this, I mainly bury everything. I don't try to. I do it like a no-till, so I'm always adding soil.
Okay.
Yeah. So if we go this way, that's my compost bin, and as I do it, I just keep on adding and adding and adding.
And eventually just breaks down.
Yeah. Spreading lilies everywhere. 3 plants. So this is where this is southern exposure. So this is where the original greenhouse was. And I have 2 goldfish in here. And it tells you that these guys can live
Oh, yeah.
through anything.
Yeah.
And I bought them. I have an Oscar, so these were a feeder fish. And I ended up just testing them because I like to do experiments.
Yeah.
And they ended up living through the winter.
Oh, wow. Out here?
Yeah. The water was higher,
Yeah.
but through the winter it kind of dumped out, and I started pulling it out.
Yeah.
But I'll end up putting them over there. So we have the greenhouse in here, and as we learn, that's why I'm going to build that one higher and reinforce it. This metal is like really cheesy, so the snow.
Oh,
tumbled
that's
it
what,
down.
yeah, that's what took it down.
And these are raised beds, and you know, watching YouTube, I just keep learning and learning, so I wanted to learn about raised beds and all the different composting. So right here, we throw food scraps, and we haven't thrown that in there in a while, but
Oh, wow.
that's just all food scraps. See, bananas.
Yeah.
And then the worms were in there, but I don't know if they survived through the winter. You can just build something like that and put your holes in there, and the worms come in and out.
Oh, I see.
You
Yeah.
just keep filling your food scraps, your coffee grounds in there. That's pretty much it.
Do you find it hard to keep things alive through the winter, or have you kind of learned how to adjust to that?
So you have Colorado's one of the shortest growing seasons. We're zone 5, and The potatoes are hardy, so you can grow potatoes, spinach if you start learning those little ins and outs. We have frost cover as well.
Okay.
I had this the last frost. I covered it with frost cover, and potatoes, spinach, radishes, all those you can kind of start a little bit earlier.
Okay.
But with the greenhouse, that's what I want to do, and I actually want to put a tent stove in there and direct the pipes underneath the ground so we get some of that geothermal.
Okay.
We want to charge that battery underneath the ground and get it warmed up, and as the temperatures cool off, you want that to come out of the ground and into the greenhouse.
Interesting.
So, yeah, the greenhouse is going to take some time, but I mean, little by little, that's what we do. And let me show you this contraption before we're done. This is how I make my compost tea. So on the bottom of there, I put bone for bone marrow and stuff like that. The plants like to eat that up. And then I put wood chips as kind of a screen. And then I fill it up with cow manure. And then I'll start throwing food scraps on top. The neighbors give me a lot of food scraps as well.
Oh, nice.
And then you can open and close this. You fill this up with water, and then you get your compost tea.
Interesting. It's funny how it wraps back into that it's a community. You know, you can get food scraps from neighbors and.
Yeah, I give out a lot of eggs. I give out a lot of fruits during the summer and stuff like that. I mean, a lot of vegetables, and so it kind of helps going both ways.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and it also builds the community between all of us.
Yeah, very nice.
And so every year I kind of get better and better. My first year was just tomatoes that were all beat up and whatnot. And
Yeah.
I thought I was going to feed the neighborhood, and I didn't really get to do it. And last year I kind of really felt was one of the first years that I kind of got the majority of the neighbors taken care of. So
Very nice.
this year we're going to try to do better, and I actually got on. I'm not a real social media person. That's how come YouTube was kind of a challenge to do. But I got like I started being on Nextdoor.
Okay.
So I got some people on there that I'm going to give some plants to this year and stuff like that.
Very nice.
So the community's only growing and getting better, and hopefully my environment's getting better.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
that's the goal and the dream.
Nice.
I didn't think I had these skills, but I just started learning from YouTube and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I want to start doing something with them and bettering my life and bettering people around me.
Amazing. That's amazing.
All right.
All good? All right.